Let's address the elephant in the room. You never plan to need an attorney until you absolutely need an attorney. So when that time comes, what do you do? What are the questions to ask? What are your expectations? Well, in today's Injuries Are Personal, attorney Carl Reynolds is here with Reynolds Law. He's going to break it all down for us. And again, Carl, where do we start with this? I mean, what are the questions that are very important?
Well, I hope you never need an attorney, but it's kind of an inevitability in life, and especially with what I do with injury law. I mean, we probably avoid accidents every day, and unfortunately, sometimes no matter how much of a defensive driver and safe driver we are, we may be the victim of a car crash. So, in my mind, think about it as a doctor, okay? You have general practitioners of medicine that are good for like general checkups, but if you have a specific problem, then you want to go to an attorney that specializes in that problem. So, for example, if I just want a general checkup, fine going to a general doctor, but if I have a foot issue, I'm going to go to a podiatrist. Yeah. I'm not going to a general doctor, right? Can
you give me the top 2 or 3 questions that somebody should ask when they step into an office like that?
Great. Gee whiz. I can tell you the questions I get. If I was sitting on the other side and I was looking, I would want to know about their competency, okay? What's their experience? What's their competency? What's their success rate with things? I want to make sure also that they're compassionate, that they really understand my problem, my issue, and are concerned about my issue. Also important for me is that they're ethical. I wouldn't want the attorney to do something that I don't approve of and that I wouldn't do myself. So I want a strong advocate, but I want it to be done within the rules and ethically.
How important is continuous education?
So it's required by Florida lawyers. We have continuing legal education, and we have to report that on every 3-year basis. One thing that I did that kind of went a step beyond that is I went and got board certified. And for board certification, you have to have a certain amount of trial experience. You also have to have endorsements from other attorneys that you've gone up against, judges as well. And then you have to pass an all-day skills test where you answer essays and multiple choice questions and short answer questions and prove that you are competent, not only competent, but an expert in the field of civil trial law. So that's one thing that I've done. I've always, I thought that was important in my career, and so I became board certified and I could provide that extra level of expertise to my clients.
That sounds like that should be mandatory, but I mean, whatever.
Well, it's actually in accident injury law, less than 1% of the attorneys are actually board certified in civil trial.
That's interesting. Red flags. Let's say you walk in there, an attorney is spouting off some things. Are there some red flags that we should be aware of?
Well, again, a lot of people, what they come in and they'll look at Google reviews, and those can be a fairly good gauge. Sometimes, you know, competitors can post reviews and there's no way to totally vet those, so take that with a grain of salt sometimes. Obviously you would want their office to be professional, that they give you the time, let you ask your questions, they don't just bulldoze it. I prefer to explain my retainer agreement in full detail. If someone just sends you and just says sign here, you might want to ask them for a little more explanation. If they don't know how to explain it or can't explain it to you, then you might want to get a second opinion from a different attorney.
Are there any rules when it comes to money? Are there things that people should really consider when they walk in? Like, do they pay up front? Do they wait till it's over? What are the rules when it comes to that?
Yeah, and it really depends on the attorney that's being involved. Criminal attorneys, family attorneys, a lot of times they'll charge a retainer up front and then they'll charge against that retainer. You'll want that agreement in writing. The way I work is I work under a contingency fee basis. Everyone can afford me. No one gives me money out of their pocket. Basically, I get paid by the insurance company a percentage of what I get for my clients. So, but any contingency fee arrangement like that needs to be in writing, and there's cap on those percentages, which are clearly articulated on the Florida Bar website. So if you have questions, go to the Florida Bar website.
Good place.
They have a lot of wealth of information.
All right, speaking of websites, if you want more information about any of your legal questions, go to injuriesarepersonal.com. We'll be right back.